You're listening to Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Can you feel the power? Positive Power 21. He's been often imitated, never duplicated. Some call him the David Letterman of late night. Some call him the Arsenio Hall of Gospel. Feel the power. Positive power. Jerry Ross.
Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power. A double XI.
You're listening to Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Put your hands up and praise it. Put your hands up and praise it. Yeah.
listening to Royce Live Worldwide Podcast. You're listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
All right, what's going on, family? What is going on? This is Jerry Royce Live Worldwide, a.k.a. the Batman, here at Wayne Manor Studio. I got an in-the-studio guest, a very special friend, Colton McConnell. We'll give a shout-out to him and Nikki Barry. That's right, they help sponsor the show, and we really appreciate that. But what's going on, family? What's going on? I got an exciting guest. She hosts her own show in the Washington, D.C. area. Renee Montgomery is actually doing her thing on the WBGR network, and so I hope one day she invite Batman to come hang out with her there.
Right, I need to.
Yeah, that's right. I'll drive out there.
Okay.
So anyway, welcome to the show, Renee. What's going on? How you doing?
Oh, nothing but, thank God for it being another day that I was able to wake up and see the salvation of the Lord. Thank you,
right.
Jesus. What's up, everybody out there? What's up? Y'all know how I do. If y'all ever watch the show, you know how I do. I'm verbal, I talk, whatever.
That's right.
Thanks for inviting me, Jerry. I appreciate
You're welcome.
that, for real.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, the purpose of Renee being here today is she's here to help me with my movie. That's right, my documentary. Don't forget about my documentary, Living with Dirty Diana. That's right, Living with Diabetes, Life with Diabetes for people with type 1 and type 2. And a lot of us don't know a lot about it, but we do know people who's living with it. And that's the purpose of the film, is to educate you guys exactly what we're going through on that day. Because some people lose their lives basically because they give up. And we want to kind of inspire people to continue to try to live. So Miss Renee is an expert in the health field. I listen to her show.
Yeah.
A lot of energy, a lot of good advice, stuff that we forget about sometimes, to take care of ourselves, like flossing. And she talked about using those pick super brushes, and because some of us don't like to floss, but the technology did get a little better with the floss, and I really appreciate that little saw thing. I like that.
Jerry, you were listening.
That's right. I was listening closely. That's right.
Yes. I've been doing this for a long time. I'm a registered nurse. I'm a lady of many titles. Registered nurse, licensed massage therapist. I'm a singer-songwriter, radio personality, now TV personality, and the list goes on and on. But my first love has always been, besides singing, my first love was really nursing and dealing with the health field. And because I'm a licensed massage therapist, I look at it, two ways. I look at it medical, and I look at it holistically as well. Right. And so my thing is, you have a lot of people out there who really don't even go to the dentist. They don't go to the doctors like they're supposed to. And so what my calling is is to let people know how to take care of themselves until they are able to go to the doctor. Because you have to go to the doctor so they can diagnose and do whatever they need to do. A lot of people are actually dying at an earlier age because certain things have been detected and they maybe got scared about it and they did not go further as far as to get it taken care of. By the time they got it taken care of, it was too late. Right. So my thing is looking at it holistically and medically. If I can give you some pointers and not to overwhelm you with pointers that can help you and something that you can retain. Because if I keep talking about something, most times people are not going to retain but so much anyway. Mm-hmm. It just is. And then to speak in layman's terms so that people can get it, and then thus it'll better their lives. The Bible says my people perish because of lack of knowledge. And I figure if you know better, you'll do better.
That's
something
right.
that's going to sustain your life.
Man. That's
God
right.
promised us, 70, and by reasonable strength, 80. A lot of people now are not even living to be 20. So, it's, I think I think it's my job to really enlighten them and let them know that's my calling. Yeah.
You preaching now.
Yes, sir, I am.
Well, we appreciate it because, black people, we got to get spanked on the hand sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Just to go to the doctor.
That's right.
Now, that was a conversation that came up in a show last week, and that was about, why aren't people really taking care of themselves? Why are African-American men and women and Hispanics leading in a lot of the areas where we're leading in STDs, we're leading in prostate cancer and breast cancer? Why is that, in your own words?
Again, the thing about it is a lot of people, to be honest, Jerry, a lot of people are afraid to know. Mm-hmm. You have a huge percentage who have the different diseases, who have cancer. Every day you're fighting off cancer cells, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
Every day. So that's why it's important to take in what you need to take in, live foods, live vegetables, so that you can build up some antioxidants, which are cancer fighters. And that's what I do. I tell people that. You have a lot of people who don't know because they don't want to know. First of all, and they're scared.
Yes.
They're thinking it's a death sentence. So they're like, well, I'm going to deal with this. How they deal with this? I don't even want to know what's going on until it's too late, until they really have these really bad symptoms. They're hurting where they have no other choice. So if I can tell them something, like something that is a precursor of something, maybe it's something that they're dealing with, a symptom that has started, and then maybe they'll listen to me and say, okay, you know what? I'm having this. I'm having that. Let me go check it out. Listen, you want to live. We're all going to die, but we die too soon.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And we're eating so many things that's actually putting us in the grave. Also, you know, I'm just saying, you know, a lot of things that they have or have chemicals in it and different things like that. Back in the day, I know my mom's from South Carolina. You didn't hear about anyone dying prematurely like that. Everything was organic.
That's right.
Their fruits and vegetables. They had animals, pigs or you know, lamb and whatever. But they had their food and it was fresh.
That's right.
You didn't have a lot of this extra additives that they are having today. People are into junk food, tons of junk food stuff, but it's cheaper. In the black communities, check out the stores. Remember back in the day, this was not too long ago, they had Murray's Steakhouse. Some of those other places where the foods, a lot of your steak, it tastes good, but it was highly salt, highly processed stuff. A lot of your stores in the black communities, I'm being honest, people might not like that, but they have a lot of chemicals, additive stuff. That stuff is not good, because if you're constantly every day fighting off cells as far as cancer cells, how are you gonna fight off if you're ingesting additives
and non-nutritional foods?
You cannot, right?
Right.
I notice when I even go to get-togethers or whatever, how many African Americans really actually can you say that will even have a salad at their functions? I'm just being honest. A salad, a tall salad, live foods. That's what we need to be concentrating on, eating live foods.
Live cells.
Yeah, exactly. And then when you even get your fruits and vegetables, wash them off to get rid of that stuff that they're putting outside of it. You know, by the time you look, it's not going to be any more African Americans because we eat all the wrong stuff. I mean, I'm just being honest.
Yeah, us and the Spanish women.
It's not a lot of Spanish also, because a lot of stuff are, you know, when you go to some of the stores, what's in the community, you have the white breads, the white pasta. Those things may cost 50 cents or whatever because you can afford it. If you can spend a couple of more dollars for your health's sake to get the more brown foods, the whole grain things, you can live longer. Just by changing up some things. So that's what I do. I try to give people pointers. And, you know, the medical field is so huge that, you know, and every month is something medically, some health month, whatever medically that you can talk about. The sky's the limit. It's so much. And people just don't know. And then I think once you tell them that information, just give them a little bit at a time, and it'll really stick and it'll make sense. Just like the water. A lot of people say you drink water. It's not enough to say, I'm going to drink water. What kind of water are you drinking? Knowing that we are alkaline people. Our blood type is alkaline. Why are we drinking acidic water unless we're trying to detox? That's the LP. That's the licensed massage therapist talking about me. If you're going to detox for a few days, that's fine to detoxify. But every day you should be drinking alkaline water. The higher the pH, the better.
So explain to us what's alkaline for those of us not scientists.
Okay, right, exactly. Without me going over your head, let me say this. The only part of us that's acidic is our stomach. Gastric juices, think about that without me talking over people's head, all right? If you go to any of the drugstores, any place you go, and say if you go to, they have these little pH little things that you can dip your water. Take a little sample and dip your water. If the pH of that comes out to be like an orange, think about an orange. Orange is acidic, right? Right. If it's yellow, what do you think about? What fruit comes to mind?
Lemons.
Okay, isn't that acidic?
Yes.
So if you see it turn, the pH turns more green, we don't think about line per se, but it's going toward the right direction. Green colors are usually an indication of it being a 6, which is right in between, which is okay. Spring waters, a lot of your spring waters are like a 6, but you want it to be more of a 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5, even a 9, 9.5. They have those waters that are in Walmart. They have them. Essentia is one of those waters that's more alkaline, more of our body, what our chemistry is. Okay, so that's the only way that I can really explain it without it going way over a person's head. Look at everything's supposed to be labeled. It should by right have on there what the pH is. Just like they tell you the minerals and the vitamins and all that other stuff that's in things, it should actually tell you exactly on there what is the pH of this water. If it doesn't tell you what the pH is, it's up to you to then go and take a little bit and maybe do a drop and see what the pH is. Or don't get that type of water. Get the ones that actually tell you what's in it.
Wow. Man,
a lot of people don't know that.
Right, we don't. They didn't teach us that in school.
No, they did not. Fiji water is good.
Yeah.
We have core water. That's like a 7.4. And a lot of your pHs, if you look at it, especially when it's alkaline, look for the ones that have a lot of minerals, vitamins. That's going to kind of key you in.
Yeah, my sister was just talking about that.
That water is good water,
mineral water,
because you are made up of chemicals. Anytime a person draw your blood, they're looking for your sodium level, your magnesium level, calcium, all that other stuff. You're made up of all of these vitamins. That's what's making you up.
Right.
Why are you moving? You're able to move and all that other stuff
Feeding
because
those cells.
of the chemicals, the calcium, all that is what's causing your muscles to move. It just makes sense. That's the Lord. That's how the Lord made us.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Cells.
So you want to. Even those things are for your teeth. You'd be surprised. Copper, all that stuff, the minerals, those are good for dental hygiene. Besides the calcium, yes.
And
because
cavities.
because a lot of your African Americans and other races are lactose intolerant. Okay, so if they are like that, then that means they can't have dairy products. It's going to hurt them, as far as they can't deal with that. But there are other things that have calcium in it, such as orange juice. Okay, such as broccoli. Those are high in calcium.
Love broccoli.
You like it, right? And then a supplement. Sometimes I like for people to eat the healthy foods, but it's nothing wrong with getting a supplement, something that's a one a day or something that has a lot of things in it. That would be great also. Yeah.
So is that your recommendation for vitamins? Because I know sometimes you go in the grocery store, you feel like those vitamins have a lot of fillers in them. I've been actually going to a shop that specializes in nutrition, and there's no fancy labels. Matter of fact, you look at the shelf and everything is in white bottles with white labels, but the multivitamin is labeled like, I think, multivitamin TD, if I'm not mistaken. Does that mean anything to you? I'm
going to tell you, a lot of people, there are some people who are fanatics, and I call them fanatics, excuse me, that go crazy over tons of vitamins and minerals, and all of a sudden you're taking a whole, almost like a bowl full. I don't see that being as necessary as taking a one a day. The one a day has a lot of things. They have a one a day for men. They have a one a day for women. They have a one a day for seniors. And they have like a whole lot of, and then for those who don't like to take pills, like they have difficulty swallowing, they have the gummies. They have the gummies that have everything in it.
I was eating like 3 or 4 of those.
But it's nothing like taking in the food. Food is the number one choice unless you can also they have these other supplements. They have the isocal, all those things also. If you even have a cup of that, that can give you some extra vitamin A, extra vitamin C, all the other stuff. If you find yourself that you're not able to take in what you should as far as consumption, as far as food-wise, then you may want to take a little supplement of that.
That's right.
It just makes sense to do that.
All right. What about people who think vitamin water is giving them the water and the vitamins? Is that true?
That's a possibility. I don't get into that. I know some of them taste pretty good. You know what I mean? But some of them, they're supposed to have their labels on it. Everything's supposed to be labeled what is in it. And then we as consumers assume that it's what they say it is. A lot of things are not FDA approved. Like if you go online or whatever and see whatever, you can look and see if it's, or call I don't have their number, but you can call the FDA or any of those places and find out if it's approved by them, because because those things have been tested.
That's right.
And you know that they are, but because other people can say this works and that works and this works and I got this, whatever. We don't know that. We just taking their word for it. You know what I mean? And then they say, oh, it tastes good. But I am not too sure unless, like I said, if it's proven, if they've done tests, then, and they have to do a lot of tests to say this is what's in it, this is that, whatever. And some things are approved by the various, companies or whatever.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and you hear a lot of things now, like I'm starting to hear in the news where they're saying FDA versus USDA choice of meat. There's a difference there. I think the inspection is higher when it's FDA versus USDA. So you know a little bit about that?
Not really, but I'm going to tell you, at least they have been tested. Let's say that. And those are companies that we know are on it. Some will it be a little different? Sure, it may be, because it depends on how they're testing.
Right.
They have different people testing. But if you see something that's USDA, their name is behind that, and no one wants to spoil a name. That's a name.
True.
If it comes out that they told the lie, no one's going to ever trust them. Trust me. Yeah.
And how about like people, people starting to get a little particular about their meats now, where you're talking about grass-fed animals versus cage animals versus animals that get a chance to roam on the farm. They're actually mentioning some of that when you're buying salmon, whether the salmon is farm raised or wild.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, Jerry, my household, we don't eat farm raised anything, because first of all, we don't know, first of all, I think they have them like it's a whole lot of them, and they don't have the room to get around and everything like that. And, they do have to, they do have to defecate, poop, and all this other stuff. You don't know what's going on there. But I think it's better to catch the one that's wild caught, because the water is constantly going and they have room to do whatever. And it's, it's exactly, not and it's toxic, fresh. It's way, 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 way better than the farm raised. So we don't even deal with farm raised. When I go to the store, we look to see if it's wild caught or farm raised. Now, the farm raised may be a little bit cheaper. Sometimes people go for what's cheaper, but you got to think of what you're putting in your body. You know what I mean? What's more healthier for your body? You want something farm raised that's all up there and controlled, or you want something that's wild, that the Lord done did. Let me say that. Let's say that, okay? Because I know that's going to stick with the people when I say it that way. Right.
And we're going to get back into that too when we talk about, what we started out the conversation about, the person who's more inclined to take care of themselves. And sometimes it has to do with the class too of that person, whether they coming from poverty, where they just trying to survive and keep food on the table, versus someone who has good income, they can afford to say, okay, tonight we're eating wild animals today. We're not eating farm raised. Of course, there's going to be a difference in prices. So versus like Murray steaks, it's frozen, where it's coming from. Hey, McDonald's, Burger King, we really don't know.
Right.
So we're going to get back to that real quick. We're going to take a quick music break and drink a little water. All right, everybody. So we're gonna listen to one from our guest from last night, and this is Tanya Montperouche. I had her name down so well yesterday. What happened, Jerry? Here we go. Montperouche.
Tomato. What can we say?
That's right. Yesterday was a different day. All right, here we go. And this one is called "Call on Me."
You're listening to Jerry Royce Worldwide Podcast.
You search for me. There is nothing that I wouldn't do if you know my name and love me the same. I will give you everything that you need, and I will climb the mountains for you, and I will split the ocean in two, and I will walk on water for you if you ask me to. If you ask me to, and
Worldwide Podcast.
All right, family. What's up? What's up? We're back. We're talking to Renee Montgomery. She is a champion radio host from WBGR in DC, and she's a health expert. And she's here to give us some real information. A lot of times you get in your doctor's office, they just want to hear what the problem is and write you a quick prescription, and you're out of there. And my wife told me when she went on my visit, she said, "Wow, he sure is quiet." Well, maybe he was just trying to think of what's going on. Like that. I said, he's like that all the time. I get more information from the nurses.
Well, let me just say this. I'm all for the doctors and everything, regardless whether they are holistic or whether they are medical. I think the thing about it is they're trying to see so many clients.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times to get them in so they can get out on time. And a lot of times the more you see, more money. Let's be honest. Let's be real. So a lot of times, even the nurses who even work with the doctors in the office don't have that time to do that one-on-one.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Things have changed so much from way back in the day in the early 80s to right now as far as even hospital care. People don't have time. Back in the day when I was doing hospital work, we had time to do back rubs for our clients, patients, cupping like chest PT, after surgery, all that other stuff so that they will not get pneumonia, all that. Now everything is computerized. Everything is triage. I tell you what to do and it's up to you to do it. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So that's the way it is. But knowing is half the battle. And so I tell people also, if you're able to, listen to my show, obviously.
That's right.
I come on. My show is called Let's Talk Positive Life. That entails pretty much lottie-dottie everything. Okay? And it's on every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Heard worldwide. Okay?
That's right.
And you can go to www.facebook.com/WBGR Entertainment. So, I try to give you that information because I know that when you go even to the hospitals or to the doctor's office, they're not going to tell you what you need to know unless you go to the internet and you can look up things for yourself as well.
That's right. Be your own advocate. That's what they tell me all the time.
Exactly.
Being diabetic, sometimes like I get a lot of information from my nutritionist because one thing too, and I was going to go there, but we're going to pretty much close the show out in a second. But I have a really pretty good insurance company, and when you find out there's a lot of benefits with your insurance company, like I actually have a health nurse that calls me every 2 weeks, a nutritionist and a counselor.
Okay.
He specializes in diabetes, and they talk to you and find out if you're still on your exercise regimen, because they know it's a psychological thing when you're dealing with health issues too, because you can easily give up. And they just want to know where are you, when your mindset, where are you with your plan, because you need a team in place. And I think people tuning into your show is going to help them become a better advocate of themselves. Because I think it starts with you. Like you said, you can go to the internet, and I know sometimes the doctors get a little frustrated when they got people sitting there know more about their problem than they do. Because I know I've been on the internet on YouTube, and I've been so amazed at all these 3D animated about the human body, how the human body really works. I mean, of course, when we was in school, it wasn't those type of productions like they have now because of CGI and the way these computers are. And it's amazing what the human body is doing. The endocrine system is so complex. It's amazing. And I said, wow, that's why it's only 5,000 of these health experts in the country, because that's a very difficult area to specialize in. It's the endocrine system, because that's everything.
Well, because the thing about it is, you have, the medical field is so incredibly huge. That's why you have specialists. An intern or a person who's a practitioner, they're considered a jack of all trades, yes. Right. But that specialty, you got to go to see a specialist.
That's right.
Dermatological specialist,
neurologist,
urologist, all your system, because it's so much. We're not God. And the Lord made us, as you can see, wonderfully. Yeah. When He made us, He said, very good. He didn't say good, very good. Very good. Because He made us complex.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're the complex system. That's so each system is so much. And also, we talk about the different diseases that will affect each system. It's so much. You'll be in school forever learning that. So you can only learn but so much, and you can only really retain but so much, because we're constantly learning.
That's right.
constantly things are being done over at NIH, John Hopkins, different places, because they're discoveries as their new diseases, new cures, new whatever, and they're constantly doing things. There's no way you can know it all.
That's right.
No way.
Right.
I mean, when I used to work at Group Health, Humana, I would go to different specialties. So I'm kind of like a jack of all trades, kind of, sort of. But like I said, you still touch on things. You never know it all because you're constantly learning. But yeah, the body is like amazing.
Incredible.
Amazing. Yeah. Look at God.
Incredible.
Yes.
Yes. Just learning about the blood itself is, ooh, man, there's so much to just that. So I want to end on this note, and I'm going to give you a chance to close out the show. I have a young man who's actually a medical expert. They're actually part of advanced research. They are way ahead of everybody. So he told me he's not afraid to share some major discoveries on diabetes. They found a way that they can actually implant something in the pancreas, and they can actually watch it as is working for people who are diabetic and find out what is really going on. And I think the study is going to be with mice and whatever. But he's going to be here to talk about it on my documentary, Living with Dirty Diana. That's right, Life with Diabetes. And that's why Renee Montgomery is here today to film her piece. So we're so delighted. So she's going to share her specialty in the area of diabetes and how can we take care of ourselves more and be an advocate of our life and our health. All right, you ready to close this out?
All right.
Final thoughts?
I'd like to give a shout out to everybody out there for listening. Also to the WBGR family. Also to my buddy Carlton. What's up?
Hey.
Thank you for looking out for a sister. Yeah.
Deuces.
Also to my mom and to my brother and I have a huge family. The Wilson Williams, the Cobbs, the Fields. I got to be careful. If I ever marry somebody, they better not have that name on it. No. Give me another name that we don't have.
Blood test.
So many names. But anyway, just want to give a shout out to everybody. And, make sure y'all check out my show because, like I said, I do my homework.
Amen.
And I do talk about a lot of things statistically because I think you should know. I don't hit a lot of stuff statistically, but it's really important to know because knowing is half the battle and you will do better. If you know better, I'm hoping and praying that you would do better because now you have that knowledge.
Right.
And that's very, very, very powerful. All right?
Right, very powerful.
Yes.
All right. Well, we want to thank Renee Montgomery so much. And again, we want to thank Carl
you for
McConnell.
the water, too.
You're welcome.
You don't have the pH on it, but, it's spring water. I like my cold. Thank you.
Right, it's good when it's cold. But we want to thank everybody that made this show happen. Nikki Berry, Carlton McConnell, Dr. T. That's right, Dr. Paul Kelly, all the important people of the Positive Power family. Thank you so much for helping us with this station, making it what it is today. And God is good. This was the late night special, even though we're broadcasting in the afternoons. Right. But we're about to go into the television studio. I got to get Jordan down here so we can start filming. And you're going to catch her on Gumdrops, too. That's right. We're going to get her on Gumdrops Top 10 Countdown. We're going to do a little late night television. So we're going to try to get what we can out of Miss Renee Montgomery. Take care. That's right. Yeah. Take care, everybody, and thank you for tuning in. I'm Jerry Rose Live Worldwide, a.k.a. the Batman of Charm City, Maryland.
You're listening to Jerry Rose Live Worldwide Podcast.